Hey, good evening. This is Wilfredo, bringing you the word of the day. Today, I want to talk to you about praying in your mind. I know that in the Word of Faith movement, people that know about the power of the Word, they would encourage you to speak loud. Say your prayer loud. It has the power. But God has been showing me in the Bible uh, different places where God is able to answer your prayer in your mind. When you pray in your mind, you might be, let's say, at a mall, and then if you pray right, or not if you pray right, um, God sees the heart, and He sees the way your support for your prayer, because um, you can pray um, when there's no support. So this is why, even if you do pray in your mind, and God is able to answer it. He sees the whole situation, so God is able to answer it. So today we're gonna see an example of somebody who prayed in his mind and God answered him. This is the servant of Abraham. Abraham was concerned of his son to take a wife among the Canaanites. He wanted a wife for his son from his place, from his family. So he asks his servant to go and get a wife for his son. And he makes him have a note. It says, if she doesn't want to come, you are bound, you are free of your oath, but you have to go and fetch somebody from over there, from my family's. So the servant goes, and when he's getting close, we'll see what happens. He makes a prayer, and if you read the if you read chapter 15, if you read chapter 15, you'll see that you'll see that he makes his prayer. That doesn't show on this is chapter 24. If you read chapter 15, verse 15, you won't tell that he actually prayed this in his mind. You'll think, oh, he made a prayer, he made something out loud, and he said it, and God answered it. But once you read it, the verse on the 45, verse 45, which is later, when he meets the parents, he's talking to the parents, telling him how God guided him towards Rebekah. Then you'll see that he did not pray that prayer out loud. He prayed it in his heart, in his mind. So there's something to it. There's something to praying in your mind. Sometimes you can't pray. You can't pray out loud. I mean, if you're not by yourself, or depending on the environment, it's sometimes it's hard for you to pray out loud. You should always pray out loud. Take advantage of the power of the word. But if you can't, then pray in your mind. God, there's a lot of support in the Bible that God answers, even prayers that are prayed in the mind. So let's see the verse where it does not say he prayed out, where he prayed out loud, but it just leaves you with the sense, okay, he made a prayer, and probably was something he speak out loud, but we don't know. Genesis 24:15 says, before he had finished speaking, there was Rebekah. See, before he finished speaking, before he had finished speaking, what is speaking? Speaking is saying something. Speaking, like right now, I'm speaking through this video. I'm not thinking in my mind. You can hear me. I'm speaking. So this verse right here does not tell you he spoke this in his mind. He thought about it in his mind. This verse says he spoke, be speaking, but it doesn't say how. It doesn't say he spoke out loud or how. But it says, there was Rebekah, daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor, coming with a jug on her shoulder. He didn't know Rebekah. He didn't know if this was the woman that he should get for his master Isaac. He doesn't know at this point, but he made a prayer, and we don't know. Based on this, we think, oh, he made it out loud. So we're gonna jump to the later verse where he starts retelling his story to the parents of Rebekah and tells them, hey, I did this and that and that. I wish I could read the whole chapter, but we're not gonna read the whole chapter. We're just gonna read a part. And it says 45, before I finished praying silently. In other versions it says, before I finished praying in my heart, there was Rebekah coming with her jug on her shoulder, and she went down to the spring and drew the water. So I said to her, please let me have a drink. She quickly lowered her jug from her shoulder and said, drink, and I will water your camels also. So I drank, and she also watered the camels. Then I asked her, whose daughter are you? She responded, the daughter of Bethuel, son of Nahor, whom Milcah bore to him. So I put a ring on her nose and bracelets on her wrist. Then I knelt low, worshipped the Lord, and blessed the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who guided me on the right way to take the granddaughter of my master's brother for his son. Now, if you are going to show kindness and faithfulness to my master, tell me. If not, tell me, and I will go elsewhere. So he made a prayer. In his prayer, he says, God, if this is the woman that I should take for Isaac, make sure she does this, does that, and then he gives him things that he should do. So as soon as he finished praying, which we don't know, in verse 15 we don't know how he prayed that. We assume it was spoken. Like usually the way when we pray, we go to a closet and start speaking out loud. That's how we're trained to pray. So we assume that's how he did it. But on verse 45, we hear from his own account, from his own mouth, how the servant prayed, how he prayed. And he's telling the parents of Rebekah, and at this point he's halfway. He thinks, hey, I got the right person. So far I got the right person, but still they needed to release her, and he needed to bring her back. So there was still some small stuff to take care of, but at this point he knew he was almost there. This was the brother of Abraham. Not only did he get the right girl, he got the right family, and things are looking good for the servant. But what gets my attention is the way he prayed. The way he prayed. I was reading it today, and I realized, wow, he prayed in his heart. And then I tried to get it again, and then I went to 15, and they say, oh no, he didn't pray. I don't know where I read that. And then I didn't realize that he does tell his account on verse 45 that he prayed in his heart. What a tremendous example. I got more examples of how things happen even when you pray it in your mind. So I do pray in my mind. I don't know if it's something of people that don't know how to pray. I could be one. But I do pray in my mind, And I think if you're like me and you're not good at praying and you pray in your mind, it counts. This is a good example how God answered the servant of Abraham, which is not named, but he was a servant. He sent him on a mission, and God gave him success for his master Abraham. So he gets the girl, brings her back, and now she's gonna marry Isaac, and through her, the Jewish people got Jacob, which became Israel, and Esau, which was the oldest brother. God chose Jacob. God told Rebekah that in her womb were two nations, and we know the story. So God answered the prayer in your mind. So if you pray in your mind, God answers that. Just let you know. That's the word for today. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.